remember that girl that felt like she was lost in the crowd? That girl? She was me. Growing up, I never felt like I fit in anybody. I was always that girl that had a few friends and never looked at as was never looked at as someone that was worth friendship. At the age of 16, I really struggled with finding out who I was and who I am. I felt alone. I remember back in 2010, I was at the lowest point in my life. And then at that time, I was struggling with low self-esteem and thoughts of suicide. I remember sitting in my room and contemplating, I think it's my time to go. Because I don't feel like I belong here. But God had a different plan for my life. That plan required me to step out of my comfort zone and get to know people and get around people that loved me and that cared about me and that wanted to see me do good. In 2011, I was, but before that, they had the teen choir and that one voice. And at that time, I was struggling with, I know I was called to sing, and Pastor had a prophesied over me that when I sing, I would destroy the yokes in people's lives. Right. And my mom always told me that every time, about how every time I struggled with not wanting to sing because I had people that would look at me a certain way, and I felt like if I didn't sing their way, then I'm not good enough. But wrong. So one of my good friends, Tennille Tampsing, told me it's time for you to step out. And I said, so what about you? She said, I'm going to step out with you. So we're going to go to One Voice, and we're going to go and we're going to start singing in one voice. And I remember going to the first practice and feeling like, dude, I really belong here. And then God said, you do. It's time for you. You've been sitting down on your gift. And that's what so many people are doing, is sitting on their gift. Your gift is so valuable to the ministry and to God. Once I started going into One Voice, I loved it. I knew this was where I was supposed to be. And I just thank you, Linda Greenwood, for bringing me out of that. Because you know, I don't even let you know that you did. But then, in 2011, after One Voice had gone, which we need to bring that back. There's so many young people that can sing, that need it, that maybe that was once me who didn't want to sing, who felt like, why should I be here and why should I sing? But they need to hear you sing. And I believe One Voice should be back really soon. In 2011, I was voluntold to join the praise team by Sheila Lewis. And she came to me and she was like, I was singing in the choir at the time, and she was like, Jasmine, there's something about you, and you have a voice to sing at the praise team. And I said, I'm good with staying in the choir, amongst everyone. And she said, no, it's time for you to step out. You're joining the praise team. I remember I struggled with that but my mom had told me that this is what you need to do, Jasmine. This is going to set people free. And this is the story that you're going to share with everyone. When someone that belongs to the feet for so long around my age. I didn't feel like I belonged. But once I joined the praise team, I kind of felt like this is where I am, this is who I am. To sing his praises, to give glory and honor to God. It took a long time, and my mom can confess to that. It took a long time for me to even want to sing. Because every time she told me, you should be singing, I'd be like, no. So there was other things that I would try and do to, I guess, compensate for singing. So I would do the hula ministry. But God said, there's more to you than just that. So once I started singing, I realized this is where I belong. And then being able to teach hula to young girls, because young kids are my passion. I just love kids. If you knew me, you would be shocked to know how many kids I want. Being able to teach these young girls hula and have them know that they can minister through them for God and show off their gifts and talents to please God and to give glory and honor to him. And also, someone helped me realize, thank you, Sister Edwards, helped me realize that the praise team was just one thing that had me be the piece of the puzzle. There was so much more. With the hula and also with teaching. I teach the 4th grade class. Awesome. I teach the 4th grade class in the children's ministry. And that has also brought me out of my shell. And also being asked to do this has brought me out of my shell. I don't think I would have ever done this, but I thank you guys so much for letting me do this and letting me finally release what was inside.
Amen. Amen.
Awesome. Because I think I needed this. Because if I didn't do this, I think my family would have been without me. But thank you, God, for bringing Evangelist Holly to ask me to do this. Because, y'all just don't know, I just struggled with having low self-esteem and not thinking that I was worth anything. But God said otherwise. And I thank you so much for hearing me and letting me share my testimony with you. I found that this has brought me closer to God, and this has made me realize who I really am. Amen. So I thank you, God, and I thank you for my sisters for helping me realize who I am as well, and helping me get some things off my chest that I need to get off my chest. I found my piece to the puzzle, and that's just being who I am.
Awesome.